Hey everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Close to My Heart card front spinner thin cuts, and we're going to assemble a card using the I Choose You stamp and thin cut set. So you'll need those two sets, and we're using the Oh My Heart special papers to create this card. So I cut my thin cuts, and you'll need two of the small circles, one of the large circles, and then the card front. And I cut the card front from pattern paper. The large circle has notches embossed into it, and they're really hard to see on camera, but you just take your ruler and pencil and make lines from notch to notch and make really light pencil lines because you're going to be erasing them. So it kind of guides you where to put your stamps. So I'm starting out by stamping the outer ring with arrows and the Spin Me stamp, and I'm putting that all the way around. You don't have to stamp in every section that you've created with your notch marks, but I chose to because they were small stamps. So I'm stamping every other. One is an arrow and one is a Spin Me in each of those sections on that large circle. And that'll create the outer spin portion that you'll see in the notch on the card. And then there are two embossed lines that kind of give you a section where the cutout is on the card, and that's where I'm going to stamp the heart stamps in different colors. So I'm starting out with raspberry, and they're different. They're like the heart candy. I can't remember what it's called. That has all the different hug me, be mine, love you, that kind of stuff on the little hearts. So I'm alternating with colors, and this one I thought I was going to use ballerina because that's a color that's used in this paper collection, but I did a practice stamp and I thought it was a little too light, so I switched it out for pixie. So candy apple, raspberry, and pixie are the three colors, and I've got 6 sections, so I'm going to do 2 of each and alternate them. And we'll get that down, and then I will show you how to assemble the spin portion. And that's the last one. So then you take the 2 circles that you cut with the spinner thin cut. Oh wait, you erase everything, all of your pencil marks. Make sure you erase them. And then you're ready to start assembling. So you've cut 2 of those other circles, and they're bringing back the brads. You can buy them in the current catalog, but I have these old ones from way back when, so I got those out, and I just took like a medium-sized brad, and I put 1 circle on the front and 1 circle on the back, and then I'm using the thin foam tape on the circle part, and I'm going to attach that to the front of the card. And then I've created a card base in candy apple that's going to go on the front of the card, so that spinner portion is going to get sandwiched in between. So first you attach the stamped spinner portion, and you kind of line it up with the icon through the window and make sure that your Spin Me and arrows show up in that notch, and so you attach it there and then you flip it over. And I've put a thicker foam tape on the card base so that everything is at the same height once I get it all sandwiched in there. So, and I put a lot of foam tape down, and in having made the card now, I would have used maybe a double layer of paper on that spinner card front, just to give it a little more substance, like a pattern paper with a piece of white daisy together. But this worked. So you attach it to your card front and it's all ready to go. Now I'm going to stamp out the bubblegum jar. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to stamp that out, and I'm using my stamping platform just because with larger stamps it's just easier to get them down rather than trying to put the thin stamp on a block and get it down. So I'm stamping and have that down, and I'm using black and candy apple. And then I've got a Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm going to stamp that in pewter. And then the 10-cent stamp, I'm going to do that in Pixie. And then, because I needed a lot of the little hearts to put inside the jar, I lined up all of the heart shapes on my stamping tool, and I'm just going to stamp them all together at once. And it just made it a little bit easier. So I'm going to start with raspberry and get those down, and then I'm going to flip the card around and then stamp with Pixie. And then put a piece of new card, white daisy cardstock in, and stamp it again with candy apples. So now I have a whole bunch of hearts, and I can just pick and choose when I go to die cut everything. So now everything is die cut, and the one piece that did not have a thin cut shape for it was the bottom of the bubblegum machine. And so I lined up the card front spinner to make the hole and die cut it, and then I fussy cut the actual shape out. The stamp set it's meant for you to stamp that on the card base and then cut everything out together, but I wanted to have the pattern paper behind my bubblegum machine or candy machine, whatever you want to call it. So then I have attached everything to my candy apple card base, and then the card base to the white daisy card. And now I'm starting to assemble everything on the front, and I'm attaching everything with the aqua Tombow glue. Just kind of piecing everything together. It's kind of a bit of a puzzle there, and just kind of put it all together there. And with the hearts, I decided some of them I was going to glue directly to the card front, and then some I was going to pop with thin foam tape. So I just kind of scattered them in there. So the Oh My Heart special is currently available, and it's available through the end of February or while supplies last. And the January-February catalog, all of these products are live, and you can purchase them in my online store. I hope you'll give this project a try. It was fun. I appreciate you watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks.